Hey there, welcome into the show. This is the San Francisco 49ers Report. Chase Sr. here with you, and no matter where you are, how you're tuned in, as always, I greatly appreciate you for making today's show a part of your day. Coming up, this 49ers 2024 NFL Draft class continues to shine, and we saw several rookies playing huge roles in the Niners' must-win game over the Tampa Bay Buccaneers on Sunday. What a job by General Manager John Lynch and Kyle Shanahan in drafting this class, because it looks as though some of these players going to be marquee players for this organization for the foreseeable future. And today's show made possible thanks to our friends at Roan. I am wearing their commuter polo right now. Their commuter collection is fantastic, and you can get 20% off of all of their products by going to roan.com/chatsports and make sure you plug in the code chatsports for that deal to apply. Fall is here, and fall needs its own wardrobe full of comfortable and coordinating pieces for a layered look with perspective. You need warmth that's still extra breathable. And with Roan, you get that. Are you wanting to look good without having to think about it? A layerable, durable, and refined wardrobe that is easy to style and exudes confidence effortlessly in a wide range of social and professional events. The frustration that I get sometimes of trying to keep up with the ever-changing trends and the confusion and the nuances of men's fashion, sometimes it can be a little bit too much. The hassle of frequent dry cleaning and washing only for clothes to shrink or fade. But with Roan, you don't need to go to the dry cleaner because they have wrinkle release technology within their products, and you don't really have to keep up with all of the different trends because they offer so much. From a polo like this to a dress shirt, pants and shorts, seasons change, we change. It's time that men's closets changed as well. Roan's commuter collection is the most comfortable, breathable, and truly versatile set of products known to man. They have products for every occasion. Roan has premium pieces to elevate every occasion. We're talking about the world's most comfortable pants, dress shirts, quarter zips, polos, blazers, and more, all boosted with functional performance properties. Look at how stretchable these clothes are. They're so comfortable as well, and you can wear these on the golf course, if you're working inside a cubicle, going out on a date, and we have a great deal for the faithful. Use the code CHATSPORTS to get 20% off your order at roan.com/chatsports. We're going to put that link down below in the comments section and in the description of this video. RHONE.com/chatsports. It's time to embody your most confident self. How do you become a sustainable winner in the National Football League? Let's start there, which really sets the table for the rest of the show. You draft and develop talent. And for the purpose of today's show, we're talking a lot about that because the Niners have drafted these players and they're developing the heck out of some of these rookies. Also, when you retain some of your players that you draft, groom, and develop, that's a success story. That means that you hit on some of these rookies, and that means that your scouting process, your developmental process, your coaching staff, everybody's doing their job functionally at all levels of the organization. And when you can consistently replenish the cupboard, you can win for a very long time. Your existing core starts to get a little bit older because the NFL also stands for not for long. You bring in some young players, you usher in a new era, and you're able to counteract the core getting older with young players who are stepping up and proving to play big roles on a football team. You also need organizational stability and structure. The Niners have that right now with owner Jed York, general manager John Lynch, and head coach Kyle Shanahan. And everybody is aware that with this particular Niners team, with where this organization is right now, this 49ers core is aging, starting to get a little bit more expensive. That Super Bowl window for this core starting to close a little bit. But when you hit on draft picks and those players end up becoming very good players who can move the needle, you usher in that new era and you continue to win ball games. So that is really the basis of today's show, and I'm glad that you're here to check out some Niners content with yours truly, Chase Sr. And that's why you subscribe to the channel, because we do it all here. And anytime I'm in front of this camera on a microphone, I want to give you Niners shows that are insightful, informative, entertaining, that make you think where you have a voice. So hit that subscribe button. We're 850 people away from 150,000 subscribers. Can we get there before the Seahawks game on Sunday? NFL Week 11, rivalry week for San Francisco. Subscribe right now and lock us in. So I want to talk about these players because Ricky Pearsall, Renardo Green, Dominick Puni, and Malik Mustafa all played big roles in this Niners win over Tampa Bay on Sunday. First, let's begin with the Niners' first-round pick in Ricky Pearsall. My man was shot just a few months ago, and he's already making a huge impact for this Niners offense, especially against the Buccaneers. He was targeted 6 times, tied for a team high. He had 4 catches, 73 yards receiving, 18.3 yards per catch, and a long of 46. That was the touchdown catch and run for him, which I thought was very impressive. And here's the image of that. He's pulling away from one of the top linebackers in the NFL in Lavonte David, but also that little stutter step gave him the necessary space and caused slight hesitation from Antoine Winfield, who's one of the best safeties in the game, so that Pearsall could kind of turn that corner, get upfield, and get the pylon. And it's clear when you watch Pearsall play, whether it's against Kansas City, his NFL debut, or against the Dallas Cowboys, or it's against the Buccaneers, that he has legitimate ability. And that's what the Niners saw in him in order for them to take him with the 31st overall pick. The yak on the touchdown, beating Winfield, the 2 clutch catches on the final drive when the Niners got the ball with 41 seconds. Brock Purdy goes 4 of 5. The only incompletion is that spike, which then led to the Jake Moody game winner as he finally split the uprights just barely. And on that drive, Juwan Jennings, Ricky Pearsall, coming through clutch. Pearsall with the 2 grabs, Jennings with the 2 others. And it was great that Brock Purdy had confidence in the rookie here to make those plays in big moments. You know what Kyle Shanahan also really likes? Went back and watched the tape, and I had said this when Pearsall was coming out of Florida and the Niners made that pick official. He can block too. And he is a willing blocker downfield. If you want to play wide receiver for the 49ers under Kyle Shanahan, you have to be a willing blocker. He laid a crackback block on Lavonte David, who outweighs him and is much bigger than him. Ricky Pearsall has no fear. And as far as the athleticism, ran a 4.4 40-yard dash in the pre-draft process. On that touchdown, he reached 19-plus miles per hour. That is the fastest for a Niners player since Deebo Samuel, who surpassed 20 miles per hour against the Seattle Seahawks on Thursday Night Football a few weeks ago. And you got to love what Brock Purdy said about Ricky Rolex. He's the toughest guy I know, from getting shot in the chest to scoring an NFL touchdown a couple of months later. That just doesn't make sense. That is so much for a rookie and just for a human. He's a huge part of our offense. To have him get a touchdown like that and break through a tackle, that was special. He's inspired all of us. Plays with a lot of confidence and swagger. He dances like it too. That's why Jacob Cowan called him the swaggiest white boy I know. No, he wasn't talking about me, but he might as well have been talking about me. All jokes aside, let's talk about Renardo Green now. The Niners' second-round pick, the cornerback out of Florida State. He got the start opposite of Deommodore Lenoir because Charvarius Ward did not play. Unfortunately for him and his family, lost their 1-year-old daughter. Rest in peace. Our thoughts and prayers are with Mooney Ward. But with Renardo Green, first start in his NFL career, and he's been giving the Niners lockdown cornerback play on the outside. He gave the Niners lockdown cornerback play on the outside against Tampa Bay. Highest graded players for the 49ers against the Bucs. Dominick Puni, another rookie, at 83.4. George Kittle, best tight end in the game, at 82.9. Renardo Green, 82.6. Trent Williams at 80.6, and Juwan Jennings at 77.8. Juwan Jennings, by the way, looking damn good as that ex-outside wide receiver. Good to see him back after that hip injury. And the highest graded corners in the NFL all year long. Look at where Renardo Green is. Right behind a fellow rookie and Drew Phillips out of Kentucky. Jalen Ramsey, an all-pro in this league, 85.3. Renardo Green at 84.2. 3 rookies here, Drew Phillips, Renardo Green, and Cooper Jean, and then Kenny Moore at 83. And against the Buccaneers, Green made a couple of really big plays. The one that I thought was really impressive was when Baker Mayfield stepped in the pocket, he threw downfield in the end zone, and Renardo Green able to fight through that play, turn around, kind of address the football with the pass breakup in the end zone. He also helped force another pass breakup that came in a critical juncture of the game. He was targeted 5 times, only gave up 27 yards receiving, 2 PBUs. He forced 2 incompletions and a coverage grade of 83.9. This might allow the Niners to let Charvarius Ward walk so that they don't have to pay him. They can then afford to pay Deommodore Lenoir. And then with Renardo Green being on his rookie contract, and with all of these players being on their rookie contracts with an expensive roster, again, that's what allows you to also be a sustainable winner in the league when you have these cost-controlled assets who are really contributing for affordable prices. That then brings us to Dominick Puni. He has been one of the best right guards in the National Football League. He looks to be a perennial Pro Bowler and All-Pro. Has not given up a sack this year on 350 pass blocking snaps. What a steal he's been at Kansas in that 3rd round. He was the highest graded player against the Buccaneers. And this year, he is number 8 among all guards in run blocking grade at 76.5. There have been multiple cases this year where he has been blocking 2 players at once. He has the agility and the athleticism to block one guy, get to that second level, and block another guy to open up running lanes for some of these running backs on this Niners roster. He's comfortable with pull blocks. He's really showing an innate veteran feel and knowledge of the game. And you know what's wild? He did not even play guard in college. There were some reps where he was on Vita Vea, who is a load to handle along the interior. Dominick Puni able to hold up. Now, he started his college career at Central Missouri. He then went to Kansas, and he's where he played in his college career. 47 games, 43 starts. And with Ricky Pearsall, Renardo Green, Dominick Puni, they're experienced players, it shows. I think that was a part of the strategy for this Niners organization, to draft players who are very experienced. Therefore, they wouldn't be overwhelmed by having to play a lot as rookies and playing roles. And they're doing that and even more. But 43 starts in his career. The experience shows. 27 at left tackle. You see the athleticism from that left tackle spot now that he's at right guard. 13 starts at left guard. So he had experience along the interior, but never at right guard. And 3 starts at right tackle. And the 49ers rookie class this year with Pearsall and Renardo Green, Dominick Puni, Malik Mustafa, Jacob Cowing, Isaac Rendo, they have already played more snaps going into this upcoming Sunday than last year's rookie class combined. Pretty crazy. And then we, of course, have to throw out Malik Mustafa because he has been playing like a bat out of hell, and his play with Jair Brown emerging might allow the Niners to move off of Talanoa Hufanga if he demands too much money in free agency. Again, cost-controlled asset. The highest graded defenders against the Buccaneers. Renardo Green, number 1, 82.6. Kalia Davis, another young player, at 75.5. Malik Mustafa at 70.3. Higher grade than Fred Warner. Jair Brown, a second-year player, 67.8. And you see Nick Bosa there at 65.4. And Mustafa's Pro Football Focus grades this season have been very solid. Not elite, but very solid. I love how he can show range against the pass, playing deep safety, but as we've seen, he is not scared to come up to the line of scrimmage, lay a huge hit, or lay a bone-crunching hit anywhere on the field. Overall PFF grade of 65.1, run defense grade of 68. I like the versatility to his game. Pass rush grade of 60, and a coverage grade of 61.8. All of those numbers about average or above average for starters at that safety position. So once again, how do you become a sustainable winner? You draft and develop talent. Check. You retain players. Niners have been able to do that. Check. Consistently replenish the cupboard. Have they missed on first rounders? For sure. No doubt about it. Have they been able to make up for it by hitting on players elsewhere in the draft, especially in those mid to later rounds, and then those players are also cheap for sure. Organizational stability, owner, GM, head coach, check. So the Niners here are in a pretty good spot. And if they can figure out some of their defensive problems, special teams, and they can start scoring in the red zone as far as touchdowns go, they can be right back at the peak of the NFC, and they can be a good team for years to come. So fittingly, I pop up this poll question to round out the show. Which rookie has impressed you the most? Drop me a name right now.